Good morning to all. I hope you're all doing well. I have been distancing at home, so I look forward to Sunday service so we can reconnect and worship together. I know we are apart physically, but we have certainly proven that we're not alone. We welcome you this morning to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Northern Nevada, where it is our mission to grow together in love, faith, justice, and joy. My name is Xiomara Rodriguez, and I'm honored to serve as your worship associate today. We have asked everyone to stay home and view or hear us on your personal devices. Know that we still welcome all to be part of us regardless of racial identity, age, economic circumstances, immigration status, sexual orientation, or gender identity. We are here dedicated to the proposition that beneath all our differences, behind all our diversities, there is unity that makes us one and binds us forever together. If you're someone who is viewing this and is your first exposure to us, feel free to contact our office or website for more information. And it is also where you could download a newcomer form. Also, newcomers will be invited to the newcomer chat room. Please look for it. You can sign up for our newsletter to keep you informed of all the activities here at UUFNN. You may notice on the top of your screen, there is a speaker gallery view. You can toggle back and forth to however you want to view the service. Also, you can go to the upper right corner of your picture and find three dots and look for rename and change the name for your picture. We love to know who's out there so we could say hi. You will remain muted through the whole service. You can comment on the chat box anytime, but especially during joys and concerns. You will be invited to join us immediately after the service for coffee. Thank you for being with us today.
So great to be with you all this morning.
Thank you all so much for having us, and we love being part of this bi-coastal event on such an important Sunday. So for all of these songs that we're going to be singing, there's going to be a part for you to join in with us, and we actually wrote this song back when we were singing at the UU Church in Leesburg, Virginia. So we're with you there on the East Coast. In this song, Pat's going to sing a line, and we'll all sing back. In the first verse, we'll all sing back the words, "in the light." And then in the second verse, when Pat sings a line, we'll all sing back the words, "in the dark." And in the third verse, we'll sing, "we begin."
We have come in the light to this place, in the light with our hearts, in the light open wide. We are here in the light giving voice, in the light to the truth, in the light we divide. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the light, giving hope in the light we create, in the light better days.
Today we have the opportunity to explore Advent from a UU perspective. Advent means coming or arrival in the Latin. And so today we're invited to ponder, what do we hope is coming? What do we expect will arrive? We're invited to come fully present to this time together, this important time together each week. Even in these times, in the mystery of the connection that sustains us, especially in these days. You're invited to access the chalice that you may have nearby as we light it together, our traditional way of beginning our service. Advent candles are traditionally lit through the weeks for hope, love, joy, and peace. And so today we light our chalices for these, and may our chalices warm us and remind us that we are each held in the light of love, of hope, of joy, and of peace.
Drawing Near, A Blessing to Begin Advent by Jan Richardson. It is difficult to see it from here. I know, but trust me when I say this blessing is inscribed on the horizon. It is written on that far point you can hardly see. It is etched into a landscape whose contours you cannot know from here. All you know is that it calls you, draws you, pulls you towards what you have perceived only in pieces, in fragments that come to you in dreaming or in prayer. I cannot account for how, as you draw near, the blessing embedded in the horizon begins to blossom upon the soles of your feet, shimmers in your two hands. It is one of the mysteries of the road, how the blessing you have traveled towards, await for, etch for, suddenly appears as if had been with you all this time, as if simply needed to know how far you're willing to walk to find the lines that were traced upon you before the day that you were born. This is a time in our service when we have the opportunity to share our bounties with each other. Since we are not physically together to pass a basket, we can do so virtually by texting 73256, putting UUFNN in the message box and hit send. Then follow the instructions to provide your offering. We are also once again sharing the plate, and this month is Nevada Youth Improvement. You can text separately from your offering. You can also mail a check to the office at 780 Del Monte Lane, Reno, Nevada 89511. But the slickest way and the cleanest way to donate is to sign up for automatic giving. Contact the office and Carol will send you an automatic draft authorization form or pull it from our website. This is a time when we see the real strength of our fellowship. So many of our members have pulled together in some amazing ways. All the volunteers who are doing so much to keep all of us in touch with each other. We really do care about one another. It is in this act of offering our hearts in faith that something in us transforms, proclaiming that we no longer stand on the sidelines, but we are leaping directly into the center of our lives, our truth, and our full potential. Thank you, everyone who has stepped forward to make sure our fellowship is financially secured in these uncertain times. We are aware that there are some of us who cannot make their commitment because of the current circumstances and situations. So I urge those that can please contribute beyond your pledge. I'm feeling positive that by all of us stepping up, we will be stronger than ever. Thank you for taking care of our beloved community. Now let the offering begin. I would like you to join me as we bless these offerings to the work of this fellowship, which is helping more people grow in love, faith, justice, and joy. We dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings.
Hello, you family. I'm going to sing a song with you called Shine on Me. It's an amazing spiritual that anybody can sing. And in these days when the things that we're dealing with, the feeling separate and all of that, and things seem so hard, this is one of those songs that you just throw your head back, put it in your medicine kit. All you have to do is ask. And here's how it goes. Shine on me, oh, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, lift me up. Yes, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up. Oh, hold me close. Yes, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close. Yes, hold me close. So hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse, please, hold me close. Oh, shine on me, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on
Indeed, may the light of the lighthouse shine on you. Some years ago, when I was living in Central Florida, I had the opportunity to travel the 30 miles or so over to the coast and go on a turtle walk. And we met on the beach at midnight, or maybe it was even later than that, near the beach, a group of 10 of us or so, and began the orientation to the turtle walk. They told us about the turtles and their habitat and their habits, and about the protocols. Under no circumstances were we to turn on a flashlight until we were given permission to do so. And under no circumstances were we to come all the way down on the beach until we were invited. And we were told that if we were very, very, very patient and we waited and waited and waited, we just might see something magical, something mysterious and miraculous. We didn't really know what to expect. And I remember feeling this excited anticipation. And we stood there and we waited and we looked out on the dark beach and wanting to see something so badly that over time our eyes started to play tricks on us, and we would think we saw a large shape moving up out of the water. And did we see that? What was that? What was it? It's the waiting just seemed endless. It felt like it would go on forever. There was nothing to do but wait and be patient. And we would vacillate between acceptance of the waiting and being fretful. What if nothing happens? What if it doesn't happen like we hope? And we were there to stay quiet and focused. And some of the folks couldn't do it. Some folks, it kind of drove them crazy. Others were patient and quiet and trusting that something amazing was about to happen. You know, it's an interesting thing to look at what we do with waiting, how we are at waiting. It's important to notice how we respond to that challenge and opportunity of waiting. There's no judgment about how we do it, just notice, because it can give us insights into ourselves. You know, Advent is traditionally thought of as the waiting and preparation period for Christmas to come, for love to be born anew, metaphorically or otherwise. The Advent season is a time of stillness and waiting. But in this particular year of uncertainty, what is normally a spiritual invitation may feel so confining. And yet we're invited to consider how we might find balance amid the challenges of this year. There's less of the usual pressure to do everything, be everything, over-prepare, overbuy, over-decorate, overdo, trying to look happy doing it all. This year's kind of a time of underdoing it rather than overdoing it. It may even be more stillness than we need. So some of the pressures aren't here this year. It's an opportunity to rethink this time of year. Perhaps it's a time to find beauty in less, to find beauty in simplicity. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, that Lutheran minister who was imprisoned by the Nazis, said, "Whoever does not know the austere blessedness of waiting, that is, of hopefully doing without, will never experience the full blessing of fulfillment when it comes." So we're in an enforced time of solitude rather than being social. And frankly, it's our option to approach this time as being stuck at home or being safe at home. Maybe we can renew our connections to spirit and one another as we wait for better days. Those turtles, by some profound mystery of the universe, find their way back to the same beach on which they were born to lay their eggs. Those turtles come back to the same beach year after year after year and decade after decade. Is it nature? Is it innate knowledge? Is it instinct, intuition? I wonder about us finding our way back to some of the same places that bring us comfort and connection of the past. Maybe we dig into some of the best of our memories of holidays past. Maybe this is a time to recall the faith of our history, to bring back the best of it. I have noticed some of us doing that in conversations that I've had, recalling pieces of what was meaningful about the faith of our past. We may be taken by surprise by what brings us comfort in trying times. I have known a few folks over the course of my ministry who renounced their Catholicism throughout their lives and then asked for a rosary on their deathbed. Don't be afraid to reflect on or even to reclaim what might bring comfort or even just feel familiar in these very different holidays. You know, we as UUs get to embrace the entire spectrum. We get to embrace whatever it is that we embrace at any particular time. And if this is what you feel drawn to this year, know that you are not alone and you have permission. So this turtle appeared and made her arduous climb to the beach, up to the dry sand dunes. Now her flippers, pulling her 200 to 300 pound body literally a couple of inches at a time. You know, those flippers are made for swimming, not for trying to walk, not even for finding good purchase and leverage in wet sand. It took a very, very, very long time. And so we continued to wait. As I've thought about this image of her just pulling herself through the sand a couple inches at a time, I realize it's the perfect image for how I have felt some of the time recently, like doing a very heavy slog. We acknowledge that the holidays are not a jolly time for everyone. Some of us are in grief, feeling loss. It's harder to fake it till we make it. Some of us are grieving lost traditions and contact, what's usual this time of year. And COVID has brought a stark contrast to what is normally possible at the holidays. It's another reminder of what these months have been like. I have shared with some folks over the last few months that doing ministry in a time of COVID is much like playing darts blindfolded with a dartboard that's 2 blocks away. Because I can't see you, I can't look in your eyes and understand how you're doing. I can't have our community together in the same room and feel the energy and understand and hear and listen what you need. It's been so difficult, and I wanted to be honest with you about that, how difficult it is for me to not have us together. Those many conversations that we would have every Sunday that keep moving our community forward. My heart aches at not being able to see you in person and to have us all together. And so this holiday season, we have to figure out what we each need, what it might look like for each of us, what it can look like. For those turtles, nobody is really sure what guides them to come back to the same place year after year. It may be the patterns of light in the night sky, maybe the moon and the stars. Folks who live on the coast during turtle season are told to keep their outside lights off at night so the turtles don't get confused and go the wrong way. We are in the time of long, dark nights, of shorter days as we approach the winter solstice. It's that time of year of the interplay of light and dark. And so I want us to consider the question of where are we finding our light right now? What are the sources of light for us? What's our lighthouse right now? Maybe friends, family, pets. getting outside, a new spiritual practice. And here is an earth-shaking thought. Maybe we are that lighthouse. Maybe we are each the lighthouse that someone else needs to shine. Perhaps we have to do the shining in these days, not only for ourselves, but for others. And what a privilege that is. There's a quote that says, "It takes only a solitary light to guide 1,000 ships in from the night." Maybe we are that lighthouse. For the mama turtle, once she arrives to her spot up in the dunes, there's then the difficult task of digging the hole in the sand. And again, her flippers are not ideal tools for the job. Finally, our guides came and got us and invited us quietly to the beach, telling us that our turtle mom had dug her hole and was ready to lay her eggs. It was fascinating. She had dug a large, deep hole already and had slowly and intentionally turned herself around in the dry sand to place the back end of her large body over the hole, and astonishingly, the eggs are dropping magically one by one into this hole. It's also incredibly fascinating, but once she begins laying her eggs, she kind of goes into a trance-like state, and you can shine flashlights all around her, get close to her. She will not stop no matter what commotion is going on around her. It's an amazing sight. It was one of the most profound senses of connection with the mystery of the natural world that I have ever experienced. There were ecstatic cries of excitement among us as we tried so hard to whisper. Nothing can shake her in that moment. And so I wonder what it is that we are doing, that we are so committed to right now that nothing around us can shake. Not commotion, not the affairs of the world, not chaos, not even a pandemic. What is it that we are doing that we are so focused and committed to that we cannot be distracted? It was well worth the wait on that turtle walk. And I really hope that someday in the not too distant future, we will feel that this time of waiting has been worth the wait, both for what is to come and for what we will have learned and discovered during this time. I wonder if we open to finding a new kind of holiday for ourselves, being a little creative, maybe some new different traditions. If we open to simplicity and finding joy anyway, despite everything, I wonder if we might learn and discover something new, something we might even carry forward with us to future years. So our mama turtle covers the hole again. Slowly, methodically, she finishes her task for another year. And she begins her return to the sea. Those flippers again, very, very slowly and arduously. And those eggs are nurtured in the darkness until a few months later, the baby turtles break out of their shells and make their way down the beach on their journey to the ocean, beginning a new cycle of life. That's her story year after year after year for that mama turtle. That's her story. The mystery of the cycle of life that has happened for millennia. And we got to observe one small installment of that. Evidence that the universe should go on and will go on. That's that turtle mama's story. Years from now, when we look back on this holiday season, it will no doubt be one that stands out in our memories. What will our story be of it? I believe and I think and I hang on to that at the end of this time of waiting, there will be something worth waiting for. So we're invited to renew our connections to spirit, to one another, to mystery, to wonder, as we wait for better days. May the light from the lighthouse shine on you. May you be the lighthouse to shine for someone else. Blessed be, and amen.
Hello, you family. I'm going to sing a song with you called Shine on Me. It's an amazing spiritual that anybody can sing. And in these days when the things that we're dealing with, the feeling separate and all of that, and things seem so hard, this is one of those songs that you just throw your head back, put it in your medicine kit. All you have to do is ask. And here's how it goes. Shine on me, oh shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, lift me up, yes, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, hold me close, yes, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close, yes, hold me close, oh, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse, please, hold me close. Oh, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse lighthouse, shine on
May the light from the lighthouse lift you up and hold you close. We join together for a few moments of prayer and meditation. Whatever are the hopes that you harbor, whatever you wait for, whatever it's on its way, whatever is about to arrive, whatever we dream of that is coming. You're invited to record your prayers and your meditations, the intentions of your heart in the chat box, whatever joys, concerns, celebrations, or worries we bring as we share in these moments together. And so we gather our highest hopes and our deepest dreams, our joys and our concerns, and we hold them together in the heart of love. We offer a gesture one to another with one hand on the heart, the palm that suggests our energy of love facing outward to each other as our way of saying, I see you, I hear you. We are indeed in this together. May the light of the lighthouse hold us close and lift us up. Amen.
I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love.
We want to thank you so much for joining us for our Advent service today, and really hope that you have received something that you needed from this time together. Just a few announcements as we close our service. We want to remind you that Legacy would like you to know that this is a great time to consider a gift before the end of the year to our Legacy Fund. It's what ensures that the fellowship will keep going and be healthy financially into the future. If you have any questions about that, we can put you in touch with our Legacy Committee. I also wanted to let you know that among the many things that have been deferred and canceled and postponed during this time of COVID, 2021 was supposed to be a time of a several month sabbatical that I was due for, and that will not be happening in this time of being remote. However, our board in their wisdom has encouraged me to consider one or two mini sabbaticals during this time. And so I'll be taking a few weeks away during January, and you'll be hearing a little bit more about that in the next few weeks. Also wanted to be sure that you know, as is our solstice tradition, we will have our Taizé service on Friday, December 18th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. It'll be beautiful music. You're invited to be in candlelight as we would be if we're together. It's that lovely meditative service of singing short chants over and over until they become a deep spiritual meditation. So please put that on your calendar for Friday, December 18th at 6 p.m. And then we will have our Christmas Eve service at 5 p.m. likewise on Zoom. It will be a lovely time of being together differently this year, but it will still be memorable and meaningful. So I invite you to make time for that as part of your holiday plans. Kristen Famula has a few announcements.
I'd like to invite you to, for those of you who have been to UUFNN's building before, I want you to close your eyes and picture sitting in our great room together. And for those who haven't been to UUFNN, I just invite you to envision yourself sitting in a sanctuary together with all of us. And then I want you to imagine with me that Valerie Labar jumps up. And for those who don't know her, you can picture a very energetic and positive woman jumping out of her seat. And she's going to run over to the side of the sanctuary and show off a glittery ribbon with a bunch of tags on it hanging on the wall. This is our ribbon of joy that she hangs every single year. And then if she were here, she would be encouraging you to take a tag from that ribbon and to purchase the gift listed on that tag. So the reason I'm needing you to picture that with me is because we have a ribbon of joy again. It's just online this year. And there are still many tags left on the ribbon. About half of the tags are still left on our ribbon. And so we really need your help to provide gifts to the many families we'll be supporting this year. So I'm going to put the link for how you sign up for our Ribbon of Joy in the chat box right now. And there are many other possibilities for participating in the Ribbon of Joy also. If you don't feel like you can purchase a gift, that's just fine. There are ways to make donations or to purchase gift cards or something like that. And so there are many different ways to participate. We want to help you make this as easy as possible. So I've put the chat link in for you. And then also, if you need help with either making a donation or purchasing a gift card, you can email Sue Steph, and I'm going to put her email address in the chat box for you also, and just ask for any help that you need with helping us get all these gifts for our families and our community. And thank you so much for doing that. On, next Sunday, we are going to be having our annual holiday party. It's going to be immediately after the service. And so we really hope to have all of the gifts purchased by then so that we can get together and wrap presents as we always do. And so I invite you to bring your gifts and your wrapping paper and anything else you have to wrap to our holiday party next Sunday. And we're also going to be decorating gingerbread houses with our children that Sunday. So all of our kids should have gotten their kits in the mail by then, and we'll be making gingerbread houses. And then I also hope you've been enjoying all of the holiday gatherings that we've already been offering. There are many more to come, starting with our Hanukkah celebration that's going to be coming up this Thursday. And then starting on Thursday, we'll have almost daily opportunities for you to join in with the joy of this community. So please do be watching your e-announce for all of the details of those daily holiday gatherings that we have. And we look forward to being with you all.
Just a quick clarification. The holiday party next week is on Zoom. It will be right after our Zoom worship. So we'll stay on together and we will participate together on Zoom, wrapping gifts and spending some time in conversation for that holiday party. Please be bold in these days about sharing the link for our worship and any other activities with friends, with family, with anyone who could use a connection. We would love to have others partake of what we share together in our amazing community. I will invite you to let us know if you know of anyone who is feeling isolated, who needs support in any way. And you're invited to stay on today for a few minutes of informal conversations in coffee hour. And you can stay on after our closing song and our benediction. And one more time, we are looking for better days. Thanks for being here.
So great to be with you all this morning.
Thank you all so much for having us. And we love being part of this bi-coastal event on such an important Sunday. So for all of these songs that we're going to be singing, there's going to be a part for you to join in with us. And we actually wrote this song back when we were singing at the UU Church in Leesburg, Virginia. So we're with you there on the East Coast. In this song, Pat's going to sing a line and we'll all sing back. In the first verse, we'll all sing back the words, "In the light." And then in the second verse, when Pat sings a line, we'll all sing back the words, "In the dark." And in the third verse, we'll sing, "We begin."
We have come in the light to this place, in the light with our hearts, in the light open wide. We are here in the light giving voice, in the light to the truth, in the light we divide. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the light, giving hope in the light we create, in the light better days.
Let us offer our gesture together as a symbol of our connection one to another in this community as we receive the blessing. Beloved, may the light of the lighthouse shine on you. May the light of the lighthouse lift you up. May the light of the lighthouse hold you close. And may you shine brightly, being the lighthouse for so many others as we journey together toward better days. Blessed be, amen, and namaste.